Let's keep the sound like this. Alright, so here we are into game 1 of the loser bracket. Maybe the semifinals of the losers bracket, I believe. The loser bracket is kind of strange, so it's hard to determine exactly what is the finals. Like, it's easy to determine what the finals are of the loser bracket, but there's like 2 finals before that. Maybe these are the quarterfinals. Yeah, they're the second to last games, I believe. Or no, the third to last. I mean, third to last. So you'd say quarterfinal. Alright, so here we go. We have MbL+Nicov and MbL against ACCM and MbL+Nicov. So we have, the two VNS players, very strong. ACCM and CooL. They're playing as the Malians and the Malay. So again, there was a Civ drafting for these first 2 games. The first game, they each ban and pick Civ. So ACCM and CooL ended up with Malay and Malians, and we have Berbers and Koreans for MbL and Nicov. Berbers and Koreans, yeah, correct. Alright, so just looking at the map right away, we have Nicov with the Berbers right here, right next to CooL, not ACCM rather, ACCM with the Malians. So just straight off the bat here, we're gonna have some aggressive play, and I believe each of them know about the other. I guess Nicov should have, or not Nicov, but ACCM should have a good idea that there's an enemy here because he sees this wood being chopped right now. What does Nicov see? However, Nicov see anything? He does not see anything just yet, I believe. So he might have lost a sheep here though. So perhaps he is aware of the existence of somebody in this location. However, he's not certain completely, However, he's not taking any chances, so that's why he's taking this boar right away. He's not going to take the sheep. He's like, perhaps I should go after these boars because, they might not be long for this world if I don't take them, because it does seem like an enemy is here, and he correctly assumes that because there is ACCM right there. Alright, so let's check the other players. We have MbL over here with Koreans, For some reason, the AM strategy in this tournament has been to ban Koreans and then pick them anyways, even though you have to switch civs in the next game. So it doesn't make any sense whatsoever, really. Other than, like, maybe you think that you can get Koreans with, like, combined with a civ that you want. I don't know what kind of strategy that is. You could do that anyways. But there's no reason to ban them in that case. But anyways, aside from that point, looks like MbL over here doesn't have too much food. He does have some deer, a sheep here and there, but I don't see any boar nearby. Nothing really in terms of boars, so he's going to have not the fastest start, but I think he should be okay. And CooL over here, on the other hand, he does have a boar right on his TC. He has some sheep here and there. And he does have 2 more boars nearby. That's a pretty good map for him. But ACCM here with the Malians, that's definitely the best Nomad civ, I'd say. Does he have a dock? Yes, he does have a dock, and he already has 1 fishing ship. So that's the good thing about the Malians, is that you can make a fishing ship right away. All you need is a house and a dock. You don't even need to collect any wood. You can just spawn a fishing ship. And this is a quality that they only share with the Persians. Before Warlord Kingdoms, nobody had this kind of ability to do that, except for the Persians when they had a Vikings ally. So Persians, when they had a Vikings ally, they could do that. But with the Warlord Kingdoms now, Malians can do that, and Persians even without a Vikings ally, because of the changes to the cost of a house. So again, this house change really affected Persians on Nomad. They made them an even better civ. They were already a very good civ, and they're even better now. Alright, so actually, I guess Nicov got a little bit lucky here, taking all 3 of these boars. Actually, no, that's not really lucky, because obviously ACCM, like, he knew these boars were being taken, and from where they were being taken, because, I mean, he had vision of this area for a while. So he should have been able to at least take 1 for himself, but no. He let Nicov take all of them, so that's kind of a misplay here by ACCM. And also, it's kind of a misplay, in my opinion, by Nicov. Why is he killing this boar already? He doesn't need to kill it. There's no reason. He could just keep it under his TC. Just do a little bit of extra micro and then take the 2 boars you already have. Right? Like, I understand why he killed 2 of these boars, right, before he finished the first one. But there's no reason to kill the 3rd one at all. other than I'm lazy. That's the only reason I can think of. Alright, so CooL here Xing some deer for his ally, his Malian ally. Seems that ACCM has a pretty good start though, not a great start. Actually, it's kind of late to be getting your second fish out for the Malians. That's very late actually. Like he had the first fish right away. Of course you can make it right away, but the second fish this late? No way, that's very late because CooL here with Malay already has 3 out. And you know that doesn't have any wood bonus at all. Yeah, and actually Nicov and MbL, they don't have that many fish either. Like Nicov only has 1. It makes sense though because he took 3 boars right away, so it makes sense that he'd delay his fish a little bit. And then MbL here, no dock. No dock. He has 1 dock and he has 1 fishing ship as well, but the reason why it says 0 is because it's not collecting anything. This is an idle fishing ship. That's why it's very strange that it's idle for this long. He's already halfway producing the second one. So having your first fishing ship idle for this long is kind of a mistake here. Villager counts are in favor of AM, however, for both players. Nicov with the highest vill count, 17. Very nice. So I'd say maybe slightly better starts for AM. I think maybe the best start in the game belongs to CooL over here with Malay. Well, in terms of resources, I think in terms of start, he's actually rather behind in terms of vill count, I mean. But in terms of like his starting resources, I think he has like the best map here. But no, actually it looks like MbL stole a boar from him. Yeah, so MbL found one of these boars and took it. And he also has quite a few sheep with his Koreans bonus. When you have Koreans, you can find a lot of extra resources that you might otherwise not be able to find. So let's see, is Nicov certain that there's a guy here right now? No. Nicov still doesn't know how close ACCM is. Like, he knew someone was in this vicinity because he lost his sheep here. But he doesn't know that it is like this close. At least I don't think he does. He should know it. He's acting like he knows it, but who knows, man? Maybe he saw a villager that I didn't notice him seeing. That's a possibility. He does see this house going up, so again, I guess his suspicions were definitely confirmed.
Okay.
Microphone activated. Disconnected.
Let's make sure that I am. Alright.
Microphone muted.
We're all good. Did I close TeamSpeak? Jesus. Alright, there we go. Alright, so back to the game. And Nicov is the fastest one to the feudal age at 12 minutes and 30 seconds. And he's going to be in for a little bit of a disappointment here. Where is Juba? Very good question, Alice. Very good question. I expected Juba to be here. And he is online. He is online on Twitch, but he didn't respond to my messages at all. Unless he responded in the last like 5 minutes and I didn't notice. Well, actually, yeah, you're right. We couldn't get it to work anyway. That's true, but he wasn't here to begin with. So yeah, there's multiple problems going on here. Number 1, Juba not being here. Number 2, some errors with the Wolo Kingdoms. And maybe there's something I need to do that I'm not doing properly. But either way, there is some errors with this. Alright, so CooL is actually going to be the first into the feudal age as the Malay. Of course, Malay have that bonus, but they can get to the next age faster. Only 4 fishing ships here for MbL. He's going to be the 3rd one there. I'm guessing he's planning to go for... I don't see him on stone just yet. He's not on stone, but he is on gold here. So maybe a fast castle for MbL, perhaps. And then he's going to do guard towers. Alright, but I'm more interested in seeing what Nicov and ACCM here are going to be doing. An outpost coming up for ACCM, I don't know about that. The Town Watch. If I were Nico, I'd be researching Town Watch. Now, okay, it looks like he just beat down these palisades a bit and decided to take gold himself in the same location, but not the most efficient thing I've ever seen, given these villagers are walking back and forth here. Let's see, is he gonna make a fire galley? I don't see one. He has 2 docks. I don't see a fire galley yet. Because they do cost 45 gold, so you can make one. Alright, kind of a bad tower here for Nicov. Like, it looks like a good tower. It's going to take him off wood, but again, it can be destroyed with the TC itself. But I guess that does take quite a bit of build time, so you don't want to do that. And ACCM already has another lumber camp anyways, so it's not a big deal. Alright, so I assume the Malay player CooL here is going for water a bit. And he has 1 fire galley. Yeah, hopefully next time. I don't know, with this Rex, for some reason it's not working. I don't know why. There must be a way around it, because the Escape Gaming guys were doing that just now, like just today. But for some reason, for my Rex, it gives me an error message. I remember I had this problem like a couple weeks ago too, so it's rather strange. Alright, so look at this wood micro. Like, get it together, man. That's very inefficient. ACCM has nice and safe fishing still. See, there's a galley for CooL. He built one over here. Perhaps they knew about Nikov's dock, or maybe not. Who knows? What is Nicov doing exactly? He just has this 1 tower. Might be just walling a bit, defending against ACCM's towers. It would have been a good idea to make a house there, or I guess a gate, and to prevent the tower jump. And if you have a tower in the corner between like 2 buildings like this, you can actually send villagers through it like 1 by 1. But Nicov preventing that with the gate there, so that's a good move for him. He's going to be going on stone, so he can make defensive towers later on. ACCM getting wheelbarrow. I don't like that. He has 23 bills, doesn't have any farms. That's definitely a mistake. Too early, but here we go. MbL losing his fishing ships, but he is on the way to the castle age. What does MbL see? He does have a market, so he has cartography. But does he know about the enemy's locations? Okay, so he has a pretty good idea of where CooL is, perhaps. He does see a house of his, and a second house as well. So he likely knows that CooL is in this vicinity. And obviously he knows where ACCM is because of the allied vision that he received from building that market and in cartography. Might actually be good with his wood bills walking that far. I don't know. Oh, wheelbarrow, right, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, in this search situation, yeah, wheelbarrow might be necessary a bit. Alright, so MbL again on the way to the castle age. How close is CooL? Not that close. Again, he will be... he's getting wheelbarrow himself. Again, wheelbarrow. 30 villagers, no farms. So yeah, it's not a good idea, I don't think. If he had a few farms, I could understand it, but no farms. I don't like that. What's up, Demise Redman? Good cast earlier today. Alright, so this fire ship will be sunk pretty soon from Nikov's defensive fire ship. Or galley, rather. Did Nicov lose any fishing ships? I think maybe 1, I'm not sure. Maybe not. Because he lost 3 units. I actually didn't catch any of them. I think one of them was a fire galley. Maybe a villager here. Or there. Alright, so definitely a better situation here for Nicov. He has 5 bills more than ACCM, who didn't get his fish harassed at all. He didn't have to build any fire galleys. He did make 1, but he didn't really need to. And yeah, also a better civ for ACCM here. So again, Nicov having these 3 boars was kind of a big deal. Very big deal, because I think if ACCM had even 1 of those, he'd be in a lot better situation. And he should have had 1 of those, actually. But this is a good tower here for ACCM, preventing, or not preventing really, but delaying this stone from being taken. However, not going to be too great because Nicov has this stone already over here, which is going to be safe, you know. Alright, so Nicov is going to charge this tower a bit, but he might lose a Vil. He's not careful, but he is trying to dodge. And a good micro from him, sending one villager out from the tower and then putting in the hurt villager. Alright, so he's building a barracks and a house here to wall off. It's a very good move because it's going to perhaps prevent the villagers from escaping of CooL, or of ACCM, I mean. So, let's see. What is MbL doing now that he reached the castle age? Alright, he's sending 4 villagers here forward. And we know how dangerous the Koreans are. One tower coming up right away. Not the best tower, but it's a stepping stone. You know, with towers, oftentimes it's just a stepping stone. This first tower he has is going to be, you know, the first step into a much greater fortifications of, you know, towers here and there. Alright, so CooL making a lot of fire galleys here. Just trying to keep safe. Making it stable now that he's up to the castle age. We will likely see elephants for him. 4 farms, so he is making use of his wheelbarrow tech. So that's good. Let's see, what is ACCM and Nicov doing? Looks like ACCM did escape with most of his villagers. I think he had 5, perhaps. I'm not sure. This villager died here. Something died here. Not sure if that's Nicov or ACCM, but one of the two. Okay, let's see how close are these players to the next stage. Nicov just clicked up, and ACCM is actually pretty close himself. Alright, so here, this is like I said, this is a stepping stone. And here's the next tower that's actually very, very good. Very good tower here for MbL. Going to prevent that gold from being taken, at least from this side. And this other gold here is actually being sort of lamed. So he can only take this gold actually from one side. And even, you know, potentially even not even that. Alright, so ACCM does have a lot of food. He does have a lot of gold, or a decent amount of gold, so he can make CooL, that's the ACCM, I mean CooL, but he can make some battle elephants here and there, and he did get +1 armor on them, which is definitely necessary. Given he's going to be against Korean towers with fletching, not Bodic and Arrow just yet, but fletching still is huge. It looks like a few towers went up here for against ACCM here. Just let's see, didn't do too much. I guess they took him off this gold, took him off this wood. Not a huge deal, given there's a lot of map here. It's still safe, but you know, it's going to be a big deal pretty soon, I'd say, given Nicov is all the way almost to the castle age, and somehow ACCM hasn't clicked up yet. Look up, dude, you have the resources. Maybe he just recently got, oh, he had to build the building, I'm guessing. Yeah, he must have just had to build the barracks, or the blacksmith, so that makes sense. So kind of a misplay by ACCM there a bit, because he should be able to afford those buildings, given he is the Malians, and we know the Malians can make their buildings a bit cheaper in terms of wood cost. Alright, so it looks like Nicov did make quite a few fire galleys here. And he is killing a few of CooL's fishing ships. Let's see if Nicov researches War Galley. Better micro for Nicov. He's running away with this fire galley that's getting chased by 2 of them, and then obviously winning the battle with his other remaining fire galleys. Alright, so let's check the towers. How is the tower push progressing? MbL is just looking for more things to make towers. More locations to make towers, you know. He doesn't find much just yet, but he does have his own monk, so again, he's preparing for these elephants that are, you know, definitely going to be coming sooner rather than later. But that being said, I don't see too many elephants for CooL. Where did he go with them? No, he had a couple. Like, they're getting converted back here, okay. He has one, and it gets deleted, of course. And I guess this one might have got deleted as well. Yeah. Just a few elephants here and there isn't too OP. But if you can really mass them up, which it seems that CooL is unable to do, then that makes them a lot stronger. Alright, so ACCM almost to the castle age now. He has a stable of his own. Let's see, what is Nicov doing? Nicov gonna build a castle. He has 385 stone, so not just yet. He does have 12 villagers more though than ACCM. And he did lose a few of his fishing ships. However, it looks as if ACCM might be losing a few of his own just from this single fire ship. Fire galley. Yeah, one's going down here, I think. There's a kind of a glitch here with the fire galleys. Like if a fishing ship they're targeting is like caught in between other fishing ships, and I think it does less damage to even both of them. Rather strange. So it looks like 3 fishing ships went down right away for ACCM, but he'll be safe right now. Let's see what's going to be going on here. I hear some. They're just a spearman. Guy got me alerted for no reason whatsoever. This is the castle now for ACCM. I don't like that castle position. It's forward, like it lets Nicov know that he's building the castle, and it's not actually really doing anything, right? Like, what is this castle doing? It's not really protecting much. I guess just this general area a little bit. It's not like pushing him at all, but it's just showing him I have a castle, and it's not really doing like too much damage. So I'd rather have some sort of surprise or something that takes down like these towers here, for example. That might have been too dangerous though. Alright, so here's a castle for MbL actually to go along with his tower push. Instead of you know continuing the tower push this way, he made a castle and he has some war wagons. Alright, so 4 monks and 4 bills and a few war wagons. So what is CooL gonna do in response? He has 2 monasteries coming up. That makes sense. Malays do get pretty good monk rush. They do definitely get redemption and I think sanctity, as well as other upgrades, I'm sure. CooL is actually doing a bit of slings at ACCM. Not sure why. How much did you sling so far? Just 165, so nothing too significant. Nothing too significant. Yeah, I mean the Malian Castle isn't such a big deal. Like Debatos are good, but not against what Nicov has. Nicov has his own castle right now, and it's in a much better spot, right? It's on a hill at least, and it's destroying 2 of ACCM's towers here. And again, Berbers with their camel archers are much better than Debatos. The Debatos are good, but not against camel archers, that's for sure. Alright, so let's check the war wagons here. These shape-shifting monks aren't going to be enough to deal with these war wagons, I don't think. No conversions, and he was trying to escape with the monk, which is kind of a mistake. If you're going to be in that kind of situation, just get that last second of Wolo, and you might actually get the conversion. So pretty big mistake there from CooL. He could have got a convert, perhaps. He's going to have to build 2 towers in defense. Perhaps you should make a university and get guard tower even. I don't know. But yeah, tough situation for these guys. Nicov here though, he's in like a free boom kind of mode. He's not too worried about what ACCM is doing. Not too worried at all. He still has most of his fish alive, or not most, but 5 of them. I think he had 10 at one point. He has about half of them. 2 knights for CooL. Why knights? Like make scouts. She had light caps already, right? Or make elephants, but again, I understand why you don't want to make elephants at this point, given what you're up against. Alright, so actually the knights are a good move here, given MbL must have lost his conversion, potential with his monks, given he looks like he lost all of his conversion juice, his faith, right? I've already had this discussion before. What is it actually called? It's called faith, right? Conversion juice. Alright, so that's 4 monks down here for MbL, which is pretty significant. So good defense by CooL. He has 62 villagers, which is the 2nd highest in the game. Nicov here, what is this? He is 6 idle villas here, just doing nothing. Wow, and this is his gather point as well. He finally notices, but that's quite a lot of idle time. Assuming they were just idle that whole time. Maybe not. Maybe that's just something recent he did. Alright, so look at this castle war we have going on over here. It's gonna be kind of dangerous. These mangonels aren't doing the best. Kind of getting stuck over here. I'm sure Nicov was raging in his TeamSpeak chat. Like, what are my mangonels doing? Because he could be getting so many kills here against these villagers, but he doesn't get them because his mangonels decided to, you know, troll. Yeah, there's quite a few kills here that ACCM is getting. Well, he could have got even more, perhaps, but still good. Let's see, he's going to make petards, yeah. Again, petards are cheaper now in Warlord Kingdoms. I believe there's 65 gold of food instead of 80. So, that's significant. Alright, here we have a castle going up for CooL. Going to be denying this stone. Here, MbL reacted probably pretty quickly and made a tower. But I don't think, I don't know. Perhaps CooL should have forced that castle up. Maybe he's just going to make a siege workshop, or he has a siege workshop, and he might make, you know, a mangonel or a ram or something to try and distract this tower so we can at least get the castle up. Yeah, another you know, big mistake from Warlord Kingdoms. Making towers stronger, making Koreans stronger. It just they don't know what they're doing. Just saying. I always say this, but they truly don't know what they're doing. The guys who are nerfing and boosting this game, nerfing and boosting the civs. Alright, so again, CooL here is on the way to the Imperial Age. I'm not sure what he's going to do with it, given this castle isn't going up and he's not forcing it up. So it's kind of tough to say. If he did get that castle up, you could say, oh yeah, he's going to go for Trebs, he's going to go for Karambits. But again, he only has 64 villagers here. Those nerfs are definitely long overdue, I'd say. Those nerfs are long overdue, and I agree with all of those Korean nerfs. But again, there's still a lot of other things that are problems that haven't been addressed, I'd say. And, you know, other areas which I don't think will ever be addressed. So that's why I don't have much confidence in this balance team, honestly. Okay, another castle up going up here for CooL. So I guess he's just going to make this castle, make a treb down this tower, and make his castle. Unless, you know, MbL here makes him delete it, because, you know, sooner or later this castle is going to be going down, right? If this mangonel keeps it up. And again, there's a ram coming up here too. This actually is kind of a big deal. Yeah, I think he really should have forced up this castle before. MbL isn't paying attention though. Not paying attention. He should be obviously targeting these villagers here, but he is not. Yep. So this castle is going up, but again, these two rams here, kind of a big deal. Kind of a big deal. They might actually even take down the castle. What is CooL doing? Making a treb here, and what is he doing with this one? Karambit warriors. I think he should actually be making maybe petards. I don't know. Not sure really what he should be doing actually. He has 22 fish though. 22 fish. He might have overfished a little bit, given he doesn't really have a lot of surface area for his docks. Like, I guess he did make 2 docks over here, so that's pretty good. And he has 2 docks over here, so he actually did okay. But maybe a few fish too many, I'd say. But ooh, losing all his bills here, losing his karambits. I'm not sure why you don't understand Mr. Duck, because I think it's really obvious why they complain about towers. Because they kind of ruin the game. They already were too strong in AOC, and they just made them stronger. At least in my opinion. Other people might think they were just fine in AOC, but in my opinion they were too strong. Alright, so like I said, these karambits, I mean not karambits, but these gabetos don't do so well against camel archers, although Nicov choosing to just take his time, run away, as opposed to take the fight against the Gabetos. Alright, so Nicov did lose his castle here. I expected him to lose it. But again, he has the faster aim time. If you don't, it is your fault. It just turns the game cancerous. And it's not always someone's fault just because they lose against towers. That's just a ridiculous statement, Dud. Sorry, man. Alright, so another castle here for Nicov. So we're going to see a lot of trebs, I'd say. ACCM here is not even close to Imp, right? Yeah. He did have kind of a rough game, He had a worse start than Nicov. He was against some towers. And again, yeah. Being against all these castles, being late to the castle age. Kind of a tough situation here for ACCM. So it's kind of up to CooL to win this game. But CooL himself made quite a few mistakes, Quite a few mistakes, like this castle here. He should have forced it up. Like, he would have lost some vills, for sure. But he should have forced it up, definitely. So that was a big mistake from him. And I think it costed him quite a bit. Like, for one, it costed him this castle. Maybe he would have lost 5 vills. Maybe even more. But it would have been worth it to get that castle up. Destroy this TC. Prevent this castle from going down. So that was kind of a big mistake from CooL. But, still he is way ahead, I'd say, of MbL here. But so he could be in a much better spot, and he's going to need to be given the dire situation that ACCM is finding himself in. These camel archers are very tough to deal with. Alright, well, kind of just a treb war at this point. Okay, CooL built a castle. Oh, never mind, I'm confused. I was thinking this was someone else's base. Okay. So still treb war, CooL trying to, beat down those guard towers that are littering the map. And he's doing a pretty good job of that. He did take down the castle of MbL, so perhaps no more war wagons in this game besides the ones that MbL already has. I guess he's just scouting the map at this point. And what is he doing? It looks like he's just scouting the dark spaces of the map. Where the fog of war still remains. Right, so trebs, of course, from Nicov. Looks like ACCM here is just trying to buy time. Trying to buy time. He knows his ally is in a pretty good spot, But again, if this was, a 1 versus 1, and you're ACCM, you're probably just going to call it GG, right? You're not going to try and hold on, but he's trying to buy time, like I said. Because Malay is a very, very good civ in the Imperial Age. I mean, at every stage of the game on Nomad, and probably every map. But especially in the Imperial Age. And they have access to those karambits, which are hella strong, I think the Gabetas do pretty well against war wagons, just because these things are kind of hard to maneuver. Alright, so here comes some camel archers running across the map, trying to help out MbL here a little bit. Looks like CooL here needs to get plate mail armor on his halb. That would help a lot against these camel archers. Nicov still missing chemistry though, so not the biggest deal. But again, he did have plate mail armor. It'd be significantly less damage that these camel archers do. And they're not elite camel archers just yet, so it's also a big deal. And so let's see, how many castles does CooL have? Just one? Still just one. Again, what I'm saying, it's such a big deal that he lost this castle. Such a big deal. He probably had to purchase this castle. Here, actually, the other castle. Alright, so, MbL here, he's in a pretty bad spot. He's just kind of waiting for his teammate to help him out. So it's kind of like a mirrored situation here. ACCM is waiting for CooL to win the game for him, and MbL is waiting for Nicov to win the game for him. And I do kind of favor Nicov here a little bit. These camel archers are very, very strong. But yeah, CooL here with melee. He does have plate mail armor now. That's pretty good. Is he missing ballistics? Yeah, it seems that Nicov is missing ballistics. And he's also missing chemistry, as I mentioned before. Not sure about thumb ring. Alright, so if I were CooL here, I'd be trying to push hard and fast against MbL while building more castles. Because castles is what he's going to need to be able to face the Berbers for sure. I don't think you can beat the Berbers without like mass karambits, like hella mass karambits. So yeah, Nicov researching ballistics. Well, you know, Dud, if you want to make this game, you know, obviously this game is based or loosely based on history, right? There shouldn't be any towers at all. Like there should not be any forward towers at all. Maybe defensive towers, but forward towers should not even exist. If we talk about like, you know, how real life went. But you know, then again, we always see forward towers. So I'm happy with any nerfing of forward towers. And obviously we've already seen that. However, it still hasn't affected the game that 99% of players are playing right now. A lot of trebs here for CooL. What is that? 6 trebs over here, 2 trebs up here. I don't know. I think maybe too many. I guess he is only against camel archers, so he knows that perhaps it's not such a big deal that he's only making trebs because they're not so vulnerable. Okay, another castle coming up here for CooL. That's good. But still, Nicov here, he's massing camel archers. Let's see, what is ACCM doing here? He has a lot of Gabetos. I don't know why he's going to Gabetos. They're not good at all against camel archers. Just they miss the range. They don't have much HP. Yeah, many Trush fails, but they just turn the game to cancer. Like they just turn the game to like super luck based, extremely luck. That's why I don't like monks either, because it's pure luck. It's just pure luck whether it works or not. And then honestly, it works too often. But the times that it doesn't work, it just, oh, you got really unlucky. Too bad. And so let's see if CooL can actually get this castle up. I'm not so sure about that. Still no elite camel archer upgrade for Nicov. Also no chemistry still. And he is getting his castle treb down by 3 trebs, so even if that castle were to go up, it wouldn't be such a big deal. It's going to get treb down very fast. Even though Nicov here, I think he made kind of a mistake. His treb placement, like he could have just put his trebs on this hill right here and treb this castle down a little bit faster. But no big deal, the castle is down anyways. Here we have, I said it used to be 6 trebs here, now it's 7. So 7 trebs here for CooL. Researching Onager. He has 123 population. Only 67 villas though, that's going to come back to bite him. That's for sure. And MbL, he's doing the right thing here, I think. Just vill rushing these trebs. Trying to, you know, force them back. You know, keep what's left of his base, and then maybe even kill a treb here. Or there. Or maybe not. Yeah. Fishing is very inefficient at this point. You were correct. Yeah, I think... Yeah, Nicov, like I said, I was worried for the VNS team here because... while karambits are very strong for the melee player, but I think mass elite camel archers are even stronger. And there's no elite camel archer just yet. There's no chemistry just yet. But still, he's getting quite a lot of numbers. He has 51 military right now. That is very significant for sure. He's not keeping his army together though. Let's see what's going on here. Just a little bit of micro, and these onagers just melt. Yeah, they didn't even get one good shot in. So yeah, just a small amount of camel archers, not even elite, and they can easily deal with onagers. Another town center for CooL. If he's right in the open here, why? I don't get it. I think it's just GG now. I don't think CooL can do too much. Like, he was pressing with his trebs here. How many trebs does he have? He has 8 trebs here now. Does he still have 2 over here? No. Like he moved them or lost them or something. Might have lost 1 treb. Maybe not. He has 9 trebs here actually. Yeah, so I think 7 and then 2. Yeah, I think so. 9 trebs for CooL, but again, he's not destroying what he needs to destroy. I actually think he might have made, not really a mistake, because it makes sense to make your castles where you made them. But again, the big problem, like I said in this game, for CooL was not making this castle that he had over here. Since he didn't make that castle and he had to make it much later, and where MbL already had a couple of rams, that really saved MbL the game, I think. MbL+Nicov. Because if he got this castle up, MbL would be in a much worse spot, and then maybe CooL could have made his second castle in ACCM's base and make trebs against Nicov. And he could even treb from the hill here, I believe, and then at least take down one of these castles, if not both. And then he could definitely treb this castle from the hill, I think. This hill, maybe, but that might be too close. But again, this game could have went a lot differently if, again, CooL got that castle. It was a big mistake that he went back. Oof. Nice onager shot there, though. 4 vills dead, 2 vills more, and the tower got destroyed. But again, all of these camel archers, they have chemistry now, but they do not have the elite upgrade. And I'm not sure how significant that is actually. I know +1 attack, maybe plus 10 HP or something. I don't know. But again, these units are already extremely strong just in the castle age. You don't even need to get the elite upgrade. Increase speed a bit, speed up the game. And perhaps the thing is, I don't know. When I'm doing these recorded games, for some reason I get lag. I don't know why. It always goes a little bit slow. Yeah, you're correct. He did lose more vills because he obviously lost them a bit later, but he lost at least a good 5-6 vills there trying to beat down the Rams. Yeah, he should have got that castle up right away. He would have lost a few vills there in the process, but he should have done it. Yeah, good game. Well played from Team AM. And Nicov just kind of defending there, biding his time, making camel archers. Played it pretty meta, and then ACCM, he was behind from the start, and he didn't really get his thing together. And I didn't like his strategy either with going for Gabetos against the Berbers, who was going for camel archers. So yeah, good play for AM in this game. Alright, so here we go, game 2. Let's see if Juba's here. I don't think it matters if Juba's here or not, because again, these games are not live. Okay, Juba is here. He's watching. He knows he's supposed to be casting with me, but again, I haven't seen him in the chat, right? But again, we have problems, right? I can't even watch. Maybe Apollo, do you know? How do I use the spectator, the watch recording? How do I use that? Like it says unsupported recording file version. Is there something I can do to change that? Actually, I should show you what I'm looking at, right? So you see unsupported recording file version. Any idea with this? Because no, it doesn't work for me. If any of these things work, I don't know. I don't know what the problem is there with the recording, but we can go directly into game 2. Shift plus increase playback speed. Well, I don't think that's gonna help my playback speed. Like I said, the playback speed is from lag. Maybe I can close some programs or stuff, but again, watching recordings and streaming, for some reason it lags more than just straight up watching something live. Alright, so Juba, you're here, but again, we're having some problems. If anyone can help me, kind of a big deal that I could. Why did it say unsupported recording file version? Is there anything I can do? Any fix whatsoever? Because if I can't fix this, then we can't cast together. Which would suck, you know? Because we planned this actually for a few days now. So if you know, if anyone knows any idea whatsoever, yeah, perhaps it's GG Cast. You're correct, Juba. And just me, gonna finish off the series. Anyone here who knows what they're doing? Look at this guy. Solved if I change the point of view. I'll try that, but I'll have to download different recs. Or so maybe this guy's here and he can help me. Or maybe not. So change the point of view. So I gotta, in that case, I gotta download the other point of view. I don't think it's gonna work, honestly. But let's find out. Because otherwise, that's like almost the same exact thing. Because it's like all my recs are like that, you know? It's not just a few of them, but all of them. All of the newest patch recs are like that. So let's find out though. Let's find out. It's worth a shot, I guess. Where are the recorded games? Which one did I download? Who was the point of view I had? I don't even know. I don't even know what was the point of view I had. Probably the first one. Let's go with the first one. Well, I don't have any mods. There is no mods for Nomad Battlegrounds. No mods whatsoever. I don't have any mods on besides Wolo Kingdoms, which I'm using the same version of Wolo Kingdoms. So, and I guess the guy's either not here or not keen on helping me. Let's see if I can download. If this download will work for me. Might have downloaded the same thing again. Well, let me launch the game quick. I should have both of them now, technically. I forget which one I had before. I'm going to check quick. Like, visual mods? I need the same visual mods that he has? If that's the case, that's stupid. If that's really the problem, that's really stupid. Hold on, let's check this. Yeah, I have ACCM's rec, so... I should have had the scene switcher on there. Kind of a mistake. Should have the scene switcher off right now. So yeah, I downloaded the same recs again. Let's try the other rec, so it's worth a shot again. Like I said. Game 1. Game. Find all the games. Here's all the games we need. Let's see if it works. I gotta change the name of these things. Okay. Time to check once more. Check cool point of view. Well, I downloaded. No, I already had ACCMs, right? Like I said, and then I have the AM point of view right now. So let's see. No, unsupported recording file version. So, I guess it's over. Let's see, can I watch my own recorded games? Let's see that, I doubt it. No, unsupported recorded, if I can't watch my own recorded games, then that means that's not the problem, right? Because I have the same mods. So, yeah, it's just GG, you know? Just GG, so sorry Juba. I guess we can try one more thing. We can see if this works. We can see, hey, hold on Juba, we can see if this works. If I have zero delay, can I do 0? Can I do 0? No. I need 15 or something. Maybe I can change this one to 15 and 0. Hit. Why can't I change it to 0? The game isn't rated. Or it is rated. Okay, so I can turn off the rating, and I can change the spectator. 0 and then 0. Okay, Juba. No, let's try once more. Come to the be a spectator in the room. The problem is I'm trying to get Juba in here. So we're gonna try one thing to see if it works. I'm gonna start at single player menu, and then we're gonna try and do it like that. So Juba, get in here, and we'll see if this works. If not, then obviously I'll just continue casting. Try it, Juba. Come on, just try it. We gotta try it once, and then I'm not sure if this works, but we gotta try it, man.
Connected. Channel switched.
All right, here we go. So let's see if it works. I doubt it will work, but we gotta try it. Yeah, that's not the problem, Doug. That's not the problem. What you think the problem is, it's impossible that's the problem. It's just impossible. Okay, we're in game 2. Now let's see if it works. I doubt it, but let's see. So I guess I can just say it as well. Does it launch it all for you, Juba? Not at all? No, okay. Okay, so yeah, GG. GG indeed. Alright, thanks for trying, Juba, I'm sorry. There's big glitches with Wolo Kingdoms. They broke Woobly, essentially. Alright, so let me just close everything that I had open before. Let's make sure the scene switcher is on now. And it is, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna cast it now. We've given up trying to fix it, unless someone else can give me some tips. Because your tips, I'm sorry, that's not the problem. All right, so here we go again. Game 2 between AM and BNS. He was such a noob caster. I don't know about that. He's okay. He's decent. I mean, unfortunately, we can't even get him in here to know whether he's noob or not. But oh well. Hey, Troy, maybe he can help me. Perhaps. Let's see. Okay, so maybe he can get us some help. But in the meantime, I'll just continue casting this game. Alright, so again, the two teams switch civs. So in this game, Aftermath has Malay and Malians. So I think I actually favor these two civs in this matchup. Unfortunately for the VNS team, they have Koreans and Berbers, but Koreans again are a very strong civ because of how not unpredictable they are, but how regardless of what strategy they do, if it involves towers, they're gonna kill you because it's just so OP. And they're generally a good nomad civ given they have extra line of sight on your villagers. Okay, so Voobly will need to be updated to fix this issue. I don't know, well, that's just too bad, I guess. I'll just start watching this game. Yeah, I know, exactly. How did ECL work today? Okay, so yeah, how did ECL work today? I was asking that same thing. They're saying it doesn't work. They're working on fixing the issue. How did ECL work? I'm gonna ask him. It's an excellent question because I have no idea. It's ridiculous. Alright, well here we go. ACCM. Where is his location? He's over here with Koreans, right across from Nicov. Nicov has all the boars, of course. They probably spec it? What? That's what I'm trying to do. Whatever, I'm confused. I don't know. Maybe we're talking past each other, I guess. Whatever. Forget it. Yuba's already gone. He's off playing Pokemon right now. So I'll just cast myself. I casted the first game by myself. I can do the second and third game as well. And the fourth and fifth. If it comes to those games. Alright, so here we go. Nicov again has all the boars here. ACCM across from him is kind of starving to death. Doesn't have much of anything. They both open it in single player. They both open it. Oh. Oh, okay, and then they match up their recordings? Oh. They match up their recordings. Okay, that was a mistake. It was a mistake. Alright, I tried to cover my tracks, but obviously you guys caught on. Alright, so here we go. Game 2. Again, let's check the starts right now since I haven't been half paying attention. No surprise here we have Nicov with the Malians and the best start as well. He has boars on his TC. He has a bunch of sheep. He has 21 pop at 8 minutes and 30 seconds. This is a ridiculous start right now. Yeah, I know. I should be banned. Alright, so it looks like when I wasn't paying attention, MbL did lose a villager here to CooL's TC, so on the downside he lost a villager and that's always bad. Okay, so the thing is, you watch it as a spec. Huh. Because what I understood was you launch it in single player mode, so you have to be a player, as understood. A player, like, you have to be upped, and then you launch in single player mode. And then you have to match up the time. So that's what I understood. But if you were watching it as a spectator, like not as a player, then that doesn't make sense. Then that still doesn't answer the whole question. Because then it's still fixed, and it works, at least in some way. So I don't know. It's confusing. Okay, so you were a spectator? Is it? You watched his specs. Okay, so then what me and Juba did should have worked, I think. If it wasn't working, then maybe Juba didn't notice that it was working. No, you should have full control of the wreck. But, okay. Right. I don't know, some issues here. Definitely some issues here. But either way, I'm not gonna... We'll try and figure out another time, right? We'll try and figure it out another time. Because Nicov here, he's on the way to the feudal age, and what is he gonna do once he gets there? A good question. He's going on stone here. ACCM is trying to lame him. He's walling in these forage bushes, walling in this stone mine, but little does he know that there's another stone mine. Or does he know about it? Let's see. Oh, he knows about it, but he's not gonna be able to get there in time, right? He's gonna find Nicov already taking that stone. Alright, so here we have a little bit of Vil war going on between ACCM and Nicov. ACCM is just going to have to retreat now. He doesn't have the HP to deal with that. Alright, and this is like exactly like the previous game. He's building a tower on his own lumber camp, or his own forest, trying to attack ACCM's wood. So yeah, very similar game. And CooL all the way, already getting to the feudal age now. And ACCM following him closely behind, but MbL here, I guess with the bad start, he lost one villager to his TC. Maybe he didn't have too much food. I guess he does have a boar. 2 boar carcasses underneath his TC, so perhaps he should be not too far behind. I don't know. Rather strange. Alright, so here come the villagers for ACCM. What is he gonna do? Can he do a fast castle? He only has 28 population, so I don't think so. But you know, his feudal time looks like if you have that kind of feudal time, you're kind of expecting to go for a fast castle there. But Nicov is being ultra safe here. He's building an outpost, as you can see. Does he have town watch? That's a good question. Need town watch? I don't think, no town watch. But he should be getting an upgrade. That's a bit of an underrated upgrade, I'd say, especially on Nomad. I mean, maybe not underrated. I think most players understand how OP, or not OP, but you know, useful town watches on Nomad. Alright, so let's see what ACCM does. Is he gonna notice this? He has Korean villager. He should know about this town center, but nope. Not paying attention, yep. 8 Nicov. Nicov, I don't know, he didn't really push him there, but ACCM just took it upon his own volition to run right into MbL's town center. Alright, so 2 towers coming up here on Nikov's gold. I'm not sure, does he have another gold around here? He might have to run all the way to the back to get more gold. But his base is very safe, I'd say, you know? Still very safe. His wood here is just fine. Perhaps, he is on stone, so he could make it like a defensive tower right here. In this location, we might see that just now. Looks like it. There is fletching, I'm not sure why he deleted that tower. I don't think he could have probably reached that location, I think. But then again, this is not a good fight here for Nicov. He should be, his fletching towers here, shooting at him, so he should be running away. Aye aye man, aye aye. Run away, bro. Alright. Ooh, losing that villager, so bit of a, I don't know, misplay there from ACCM. I don't think that villager should have died. Nicov researching wheelbarrow. Oh, another early wheelbarrow. Maybe he was housed and he got wheelbarrow. But again, no farms. So again, it's not really useful to get wheelbarrow when you have only 26 vills and 0 farms. I don't think. If you're housed, it makes sense, but other than that situation, I don't think so. Really, essentially 4 towers here just to take Nicov off 1 resource, because he didn't really need to leave this lumber camp, but he did anyways. Let's see, what is CooL doing? He has a fast castle going on, right? His Berbers, he has some pretty big walls here. He's on stone heavily, so he's going to go for a castle drop for sure. I'm not sure where he's going to drop the castle. I guess probably over here, if I had to guess. Let's check the fish situation. Looks like all the players still have quite a few fish, although looks like there's a bit of harassment going on here. The MbL and Nicov are kind of sandwiching the fish of ACCM that are desperately trying to make their ways to international waters where it will be, you know, against the Geneva Convention or maritime law or whatever, and they won't be able to attack those fire ships or those fishing ships any longer. All right, so another tower coming up for ACCM, but this time behind MbL's woodline. What does MbL see? Getting wheelbarrow. He does have some farms though, so not a bad upgrade. He's gonna get on his way to the Castle Age, and he is Malay, so he's gonna get there pretty quickly. Right, so a tower coming up here for Nicov. Pretty good tower, I'd say, but it's obviously very dangerous to try and build forward towers against the Koreans for obvious reasons, as we're going to see here momentarily. Because this this tower is gonna catch up very fast, and Nicov he realizes this and he just deletes it. Right, a good move for him. Oh Jesus Christ! This forward castle for CooL. Why? Like why that close? It's just like he's trying to throw the game here. That was not necessary to do this. Not at all. Like just build it like here maybe. Like if you want to be aggressive, just build it here, man. It's irrational to do this. It's just trying to throw the game. It's like he's playing like metal right now. Go big or go home. 22 villagers. He lost at least 10 villas here, I think. He lost all his fishing ships while he was focusing on that. At least most of his fishing ships. Maybe not 10 villas, but maybe like 7 villas, I'd say. Yeah, I guess MbL is in a very bad situation here, but I think he would be in that situation regardless. Right? Like, maybe not quite this bad, but again, CooL himself really he put himself very far behind because of this needless, very forward castle that didn't really need to be this forward at all. Alright, so Nicov is also on the way to the next stage. What is he going to be doing once he gets there? I have no idea. ACCM, however, is not anywhere close. Let's see. You know, Nicov with Malay, he has a very good eco. A lot of food, a lot of gold. I don't see too many buildings for him, like military buildings. Hard to say what he's going to do. Maybe just drop a siege workshop. Maybe get the fire ship upgrade. CooL only has 6 fishing ships left, and he might even be losing those shortly if they're spotted. Is there anybody that wants to play AoE? Yeah, just head to voobly.com or head to Steam, wherever you play, and I'm sure you'll find some people there. If you're very noob, you might want to try Steam. But there is a new player lobby on Voobly, so if you're, you know, a little bit, you know, slightly competent, like you generally know what you're doing, that can be a good place for you as well. But generally, if you're starting out, maybe Steam would be obviously a good choice, you know. You'll find plenty of games there. Yeah, try Steam, I'd say. Alright, so more towers for ACCM here. Okay, so let's see. CooL, he's the 25 villagers here. Like I said, this put him needlessly behind, you know, because, you know, he's not just against MbL here. He's also against Nicov. Because he should have some sort of idea that ACCM is not in a very good spot. He knows that, you know, ACCM was low up to the feudal age. He wasn't able to do too much damage with his towers. And, you know, he generally was slow, right? Bad start for him. That's why I don't really like this forward castle at all. Nicov, he's doing a fast imp. Okay. I like that from him. I like that in this situation, actually. But what I don't like is that he's doing this without a castle of his own. But, oh, he has enough stone for a castle. So, very good for him. Very, very good. He'll be making his castle maybe somewhere around here, I'd say, like right here perhaps, and then he can take out all of these towers and make trebs later on. But yeah, MbL is in a rough spot here. He does have more villagers than CooL does, but it's just not so good. Nikov's still adding fishing ships, so he's very confident about their situation on water, which it does make sense. CooL is just camping with his fire galleys over here. And he's just protecting his 2 remaining fishing ships. So yeah, I think we might see a fast game here. Like, can they really combat Nicov? Can CooL and ACCM combat Nicov? Given he's on the way to the Imperial Age, almost there. He's gonna have a castle somewhere, like right where I said. He doesn't have fletching just yet, so he definitely won't be reaching these towers. But if he gets Bodkin, I think he could reach them potentially. Most likely. Alright, so once he gets to the Imperial Age, we'll see some trebs from him for sure. You might need like a monk or 2 to go along with that. Or something, because trebs can't really travel by themselves. They need some sort of support. Alright, so looks like MbL here lost quite a few villagers. I actually missed. I'm not sure how that all happened. Maybe not paying attention or what? I don't see why he would lose this many villas here. And he definitely lost quite a few villas given his population drop. Okay, against camel archers. Okay, so he lost quite a few villas against camel archers. Probably a late reaction. And even more villas here getting caught out by these 3 camel archers. And that is a lot of villas dying. I'm going to try and beat down this tower. Which, it does make sense. But once these camel archers return to this spot, it looks like they'll be a bit late, though. So, good move there for MbL. He might only lose like a villa or 2. Yeah, ACCM, kind of a bad situation. He should have... Bad reaction, rather. He should have been repairing that tower. As opposed to just, building another one. Alright, so what is Nicov doing? Nicov, he's building a treb. He knew that. He's building a treb over here, so he's going to take out ACCM's feudal TC with a trebuchet. You don't see that every day, taking on a feudal TC with a treb. But we're going to see that in this game. Let's see, what is ACCM doing? He's not anywhere close to going up to the castle age. Obviously, you can't even do that if you wanted to now. But has he been slinging? Like, I don't think so, but no. I'm not sure why he's this far away. I understand why he's behind, but he's a little bit too far. Alright, so MbL here is out of the game with Malay. Only 22 bills left.
No.
Don't really see any sort of... Oh, here's the TC over here.
Sure, blame it on your ISP.
Oh, we have some retard in the game room. Oh my god, it doesn't even work. Luckily, I can just kick this retard. Fucking dumbass, Jesus Christ. Somehow mute didn't work, I'm not sure why. He's only mutes the in-game. Yeah. I mean, this guy's just... I think it's someone who knows I'm streaming, right? He knows I'm casting a recorded game, and he's just coming to the game room. He notices that I have, like, the game resumed. He's just gonna try and annoy me. That's what I think it is. Like, the fact that he's going that far to do it is just really disgusting. Alright, so 53 villagers here for Nicov, 65 for CooL. So he recovered from his 22 villager forward castle push. But still, he's not in the Imperial Age, where that's exactly where Nicov is. And I I think maybe good for the VNS team is that they're kind of allowing the VNS guy, CooL over here, to like get on his feet a bit, you know? Like, ACCM was already dead regardless. Maybe Nicov didn't realize just how far behind ACCM was, but he definitely didn't need to send 2 Trebs to take down a feudal TC. So kind of a mistake. He should be going after CooL. He's allowing CooL to get this castle up on this hill, which really shouldn't be happening. So let's see, what is the plan here for CooL? I think just more camel archers. It makes sense. Camel archers is one of the best units in the game. Camel archers are one of the best units in the game. Alright, but here, Gabetos, like what ACCM did in the previous game, I didn't really like that choice, but perhaps it's going to be good here because they're just a single camel archer, and if the Gabetos get in there, but the camel archers are returning, but yeah, CooL here, he didn't really mass his units at all. He made like 3 camel archers here, just running around with them, and he chose to boom up, make a lot of farms instead of, you know, adding to his camel archer production, which I guess that's fine, but you know, he's not able to take on these Gabetos. Alright, so let's see, what is ACCM doing? He rebuilt his feudal 2C. Maybe he should redock as well. Perhaps he make a dock right over here. Take this one snapper, this one little watching angle. Alright, a town center for MbL coming up. I don't think that's a very good town center. I think that's not going to work so well. Assuming ACCM garrisons, yeah. It's going to go up though, but he'll lose a few villagers in the process. Yeah, I think ACCM should give it up. Just they'll fight it, you know. And I mean, send your villagers in your town center and TC war it, right? Because getting that tower up's not going to work, of course. But right now, it's pretty much just CooL against Nicov. Villager counts are similar, but slightly in the favor of CooL here. Good micro for him as well. He has Black and Arrow now. He has Imperial Age coming on the way. These Gabetos, like I said, they're not good against camel archers. We're seeing that again and again. Let's see, it looks like Nicov here is transitioning into something else. Looks like maybe skirms or hand cannons. He's getting ballistic, so I think skirms. But again, that's not the best upgrade, or not the best choice for the Malians, just because they don't get bracer. Alright, so that's pretty much the only reason. But again, it buys you time. It's a cheap unit, and you know it gives you more time to transition into something else that you might rather do, like, for example, heavy camels or cavaliers or something. So yeah, it does make sense that he's going for skirms here.
No.
Let's see what they're saying. I'm not sure why what we did didn't work again. Maybe we'd have to just try it again and see if it worked, but try something different. Maybe have him up. I guess we could have launched the game at the same time and tried to keep up with each other, but that's probably not a good idea. Okay, spoiled the first game. Well, luckily you weren't here even earlier. Actually, I might have spoiled all the games if for people that were paying attention. I kind of accidentally spoiled all the games, but that's okay though. It's okay. Again, these are just recorded games, so nothing live here. So now CooL is in the Imperial Age. He's getting ballistics. He's getting bracer. He doesn't have bloodlines just yet, which is a very important upgrade for these camel archers because it makes them a lot stronger. Like what? They're like 25-30% more HP on them, maybe more. Maybe 35% more HP. Who knows? I don't know math. Alright, so I think CooL here is going to need some siege. Like he has a siege ramp, or siege workshop. He has one battering ram coming out. And correct, this is Flu speaking. Unfortunately, we can't get Juba in here because of some boobly glitches, you know. Yeah, Juba, he does have his stream link there, but He is not, in fact, in this cast with me. Alright, so again, more villagers for CooL, but pretty much even now with Nicov. Very, very low on the Camel Archer count. So that's what Nicov did well in the previous game, is that he kept up the Camel Archer production, you know. And also, I kind of criticized ACCM in the previous game. I was saying he should not be going for Gabetos because those are very bad against the Camel Archers. And I did advise him, like, even Skirms would be better, and that's what we see Nicov doing here. He's in a similar situation to ACCM in the last game, except in the Imperial Age. But he could have, again, ACCM could have went for Skirms and, you know, been more of a help in the previous game. But yeah, this is a pretty good Mangonel, but I don't know why it went so close here. We got a sub? Really? Nice. So yeah, thanks for subbing to Vubu Official. We always appreciate that. The money goes to the Vubu Official pot, and then they, you know, potentially, you know, host tournaments and whatnot here and there. It's kind of infrequent, but they do it. They do it once in a while. They did contribute to the prize pool in this tournament, so obviously it does go somewhere. Alright, so like I said, pretty big advantage, I think, for Nicov. Should ACCM have gone for the mounted skirm? Actually, yeah, that would have been... Actually, you mean CooL, perhaps. CooL, yeah. CooL could have went for that. But, I don't know. Camel Archers is a good choice, and I think if you combine that with Bombard Cannons, that would have been even better. So Bombard Cannons and Camel Archers, and I think that would be kind of meta in this situation. But yeah, losing this castle is not good for him. I think he should be repairing it, though. Why is he abandoning it? This is a very important hill here. He should not be abandoning it so he realizes how important this is, but it's so late. It's so late. I don't know. Very big mistake here to abandon this hill. I guess he lost his trebs. He didn't want to... Yeah. Kind of tough situation here. He needed bombard cannons, like I said. And he's very low on wood. Even ACCM in the feudal age here is slinging wood to him. ACCM in a TC war is slinging wood. Ouch, man. Ouch. But yeah, I think this game is in the bag for Nicov and MbL. You know, MbL is in a better situation than where ACCM is. And obviously Nicov has the advantage already against CooL here. And again, still no bloodlines for CooL. It's more important, I think, than... Maybe a bit more important than leather archer armor. But here's the bombard cannon. So he does realize, you know, bombard cannons is the right choice. But, you know, he's losing them because he's not being too careful. How does one put a game in a bag? I think I said the bag. Yeah, I said bag. Maybe it sounded like bag, but I meant to say bag. Okay. Maybe I don't say it like Smarthy, you know, Smarthy, bag. Bag. I don't know. Alright, but yeah. Alright, so Nicov now building a castle somewhere. Where exactly is he going to build it? I think on this hill. Like, this is a perfect hill, right? Overlooking this castle. Just confirming that, you know, I've captured the biggest mountain on this map. Right, that's probably the biggest mountain right there. And when you have the biggest mountain, it's kind of a big deal. Yeah, here's the castle coming up for Nicov. Very big deal. Bombard cannons shooting down this castle. Still no bloodlines for CooL here. Just a handful of siege weapons, and he needs a lot more than what he has. He needs a lot more of everything than what he has. See, a good game here for Nicov. Fast transition into the skirms. That was obviously a very good choice. He did it right when he noticed that I need some army and it can't be Gabetos. And he started making a whole bunch of archer rangers and easily, you know, pushed CooL off this very gigantic hill here, which is a very big deal. So what is CooL gonna do here? Like, you know, using skirms against Berbers, it shouldn't really be like such a huge deal. Like, for example, you know, Berbers have Hussar, right? And they have Cavaliers, and they have them for cheap, right? And they also have Bombard Cannons. Like, there's so many different options. And he's getting onagers even. Kind of strange. I don't think Berbers should even get onagers. They should definitely mangonels. So what is he gonna do now? Is he just gonna have Bombard Cannons and onagers and then try and like hold with that? He's gonna need something else like Hussar, Cavaliers, like I'm saying, and he has a whole bunch of gold. So I don't know. Maybe he didn't really keep his eco going like you'd expect. And now look, now ACCM is gonna lose his feudal TC once again. Look at this. So this TC war has been raging for at least a good 10 minutes, I think. But unfortunately, for ACCM, he is losing it not because of MbL, but because of these two trebs from Nicov. Finally, CooL is researching bloodlines here. But what is he going to be planning on making? That's my question. Bring archer armor, so he doesn't have a castle yet. Building one right now. I don't know, maybe those genitors would be good. Like someone in the chat mentioned earlier. Like at least to keep up, you know, army count, right? Like it's a good filler unit. And Hussar is also a good filler unit, but you know, CooL is missing the necessary food in order to get that unit on the field. Well, he does have 120 villagers, but perhaps too many of them are chopping wood. 50 lumberjacks, and only 14 farmers here, so perhaps, yeah. Not a good enough eco here for CooL to be making what he needs to. Nicov here, after his fast imp, he did really transition to a pretty big boom, I think. Yeah, I do like to fill it up. Block and correct. Aye aye, man. Aye aye. Alright, so we have Gabedos here from Nicov. Getting plate mill armor. These Gabedos do perform well. Well, they don't perform well against the Cam Archers like we talked about. But they do well against, you know, Hussar and Cavaliers. So, you know, this is definitely a good complementary unit to have with the Skirmisher, I'd say. Definitely a very good unit to have on the field. So let's see, what is CooL doing? He just has more Camel Archers. So no Hussar transition for him. Not yet, at least. Just 3 Gabedos coming in here, but they're going to die immediately. They did perhaps take out one onager, or maybe that was the Bombard Cannon, I think, right? Yeah, that was the Bombard Cannon. See, I do think this game is over. Like, CooL did need to keep this hill. He needed to keep his army count up and keep that hill, but unfortunately for him, he lost that position, and he is going to be losing the game because of that, because losing this castle means you also lose this castle. That's 2 castles down when you're going to be going for Camel Archers. Okay, that's not a setback that you can afford to have, you know. These Bombard Cannon wars, you know, it's not the easiest thing to be doing, especially when there's the hill here for Nicov's Bombard Cannons. I think we're going to see the GGGG here shortly, you know. Once these Bombard Cannons of CooL collapse, flatten out, get destroyed, we'll be seeing the GG shortly. The guard tower coming up here for MbL. Yeah, I mean, this game is all up to CooL, and he really doesn't have the army count or the army, you know, composition that he needs in order to get the job done. Elite Gabedos now for Nicov. He's getting arson, getting forging. So these Gabedos are going to be very threatening. A very threatening raiding unit. They can take down houses, they can take down town centers, and of course villagers as well. But you know, CooL here, he doesn't want to go down 2-0. He wants to try his best and see if he can salvage something. Oh, but nice snipe here, taking down perhaps all of these Bombard Cannons. 2 of them are down. 3 of them, and he's going to back off. But still 3 Bombard Cannons down is very good. Only lost maybe 3, like only 3 Cam Archers to trade. But let's see, how many golds does CooL have left here? Looks like there's a guard tower going up on this gold mine. So we have another castle going up for CooL here. This is rather reminiscent of the castle that he should have completed in the previous game, right? In the Malay game where he decided not to complete his castle and instead allow MbL with Koreans to just take it down with Rams and whatnot. Yeah, that was kind of a bad situation in the previous game, but aye, man, aye. Alright, so I guess it looks like Nicov here is returning the favor to CooL. He lost a few of his bombard cannons, and now he killed 3 more of CooL here. So I think it's GG, no doubt. A castle coming up for Nicov. They're really pincering Nicov here from 2 sides. Or pincering CooL here from 2 sides, so Nicov from the top here, and also Nicov from the bottom, and of course, you can't forget the guard towers of MbL. It's obviously a big deal. I really wish I could freaking increase the game speed here. Looks like I can. But like it either goes at slow speed or it goes at like super fast speed. There's no in between for whatever reason. It's kind of frustrating that I can't get full playback speed. Not sure why. I think it's the spectator dashboard that might be lagging me somehow. But of course, you know, the spectator dashboard is a very useful tool for spectating as well as, you know, especially for casting. Alright, so CooL here, he's not going to give up. He's still going to fight. You know, again, these things do trade well against the Betos, and then these skirmishers do not have Bracer. So Camel Archers by themselves can, in fact, take out this sort of composition that Nicov has. However, again, I don't think CooL has the numbers or the map control to really, you know, keep himself in the game because, I mean, he does have actually resources in the back here, down at the bottom. That's pretty good for him, but still, his build count is only 100, and his army count is only 20. So, yeah, losing those forward castles on this hill, right over here, very, very big setback here. I'm actually surprised. Why no Andres for Nicov? A good question. I guess he just prefers... I'm not sure why he made so many Gabetos. Like, I would have made Gabetos if I saw Hussars on the field, or Cavaliers, but without those, I don't know. What's the point? Alright, so ACCM now in the Castle Age. What can he do? 54 minutes into the game. He's making a siege workshop. How much stone does he have? Only 43, so he can't really make too many towers here. Maybe if he buys some stone, perhaps. But he can't do too much without that. Alright, so this trap going down for CooL. Only a handful of Camel Archers in defense here. So this castle should be very effective against these Gabetos, but again, not enough Camel Archers to stand up to that. Yep, so GG being called by the 2 VNS players. And that sends Aftermath up 2-0 in this best of 5 series. So there's a match point coming up for our friends in the purple and green. Not sure why these guys like purple. Why do you choose purple? I guess it's an okay color. Not my favorite. FP, it means fast proxy. Or did I? is there another context? Someone would use FP. Did I use FP? I don't think I mentioned fast proxy recently. But yeah, it means fast proxy. Yeah, GG. Alright, so I think the main problem with this game for the VNS team, why did they lose? If you ask that question to yourself, the reason they lost is because of the castle that CooL made right over here, where it was very aggressive. He lost like almost 10 villas putting it up. He put his eco way behind, and at the same time he lost quite a few fishing ships. That's the main reason. And at the same time, he really didn't make so many Camel Archers in the Castle Age. He just made like a handful. And with those, he did do some pretty good damage against MbL. But the main danger of this game was, in fact, Nicov. He's going fast imp. with only like 35 villagers, and he went there untouched. So if the Camel Archers were raiding him instead, perhaps this game could have went differently. But again, they just kind of let Nicov do whatever he wanted, and he already put himself really far behind with that forward castle that was very unnecessarily forward, and he lost so many villas for no reason. Alright, so we have 2-0 here for AM, like we mentioned. Alright, so let me turn off the, what's it called, the overlay, or not the overlay, but the scene switcher. Right? And let's go into game 3 now. Alright, so here we go. Game 3. Let's make sure that I got my scene switcher on, right? Yeah. Do that. Very good. What's up, Novaya? Alright, so here we go. Game 3 between VNS and Aftermath in this Nomad Battlegrounds. Best of 5. Loser bracket. Quarterfinals. Here we go. We have a 2-0 lead here for our Aftermath friends. But can the VNS team make it? Can they, recover this disadvantage they have? Can they win 3 games in a row and, take this series away from the jaws of victory, which Aftermath are very close to, Alright, so MbL here Xing his TC with Spanish. So it's always a good situation with Spanish when you have stone on your TC. And he also has a shorefish on his TC, which is an excellent situation to be in. Because even if he didn't have, food, which he has some deer close by, which he's already pushing close to his TC. But yeah, the shorefish there would obviously be a big help to him as well. For some reason this doesn't work. No idea why. Alright, so let's check out the TCs of the other players. ACCM here, with Spanish as well. And he has some food. He has a pretty good TC in terms of wood. He has sheep. He has gold and stone nearby, and he has boars as well. So yeah, I think a pretty good map for him. A little bit better than MbL's map, I would say. Nicov here. For some reason, ACCM and CooL here are sharing screens all the time. I mean, ACCM and Nicov here. It's 3 games in a row right now. We have CooL and Nicov with TCs on the same screen. Or ACCM and Nicov. I'm not even sure what I'm saying. But I guess you guys get the point. So these boars are, contested. So perhaps Nicov here can steal these boars. Does he know about them? Yeah, he does know. He has some idea, but does he know about ACCM? No, he does not, but he will learn soon enough. Once he sees this boar running away, yeah, he sees the boar running away, so he knows, oh yeah, I'm going to take this boar myself, and I also know that there's an enemy right here. But what does ACCM see here? He saw the boar getting taken for sure, but he doesn't know exactly where. Because he has some idea, like, yeah, he X'd this location, so he does know that there is an enemy here. And it looks as if CooL is Xing his own location. So CooL and MbL are pretty close to each other, as are ACCM and Nicov. So both ACCM and MbL here are kind of like a little bit sandwiched, So potentially ACCM could go this way and, mess with MbL in some sort of way with towers or castles or units in some way, some sort of aggression. As could CooL, but, again, it depends on, how good everyone's start is. Or perhaps ACCM here could be the one getting 2 versus 1. which I think would be a better situation for you want a 2-2 versus 1 the Spanish player, I'd say, because them getting on conks and massing a whole lot of them, that was boring. You can't spell boring incorrectly unless that's a pun, I'm not sure. Alright, so not the best dock I've ever seen for ACCM. You just have one fish nearby, a second one not so far away, but again, you don't want land to be right on the other side of your dock. You definitely prefer to have his dock over here, even though that would be closer to Nikov's dock. Not the best boar kill here, but he's gonna wait for it to come back, I guess. Oh, what is he doing? Oh my god, he just killed the boar with the TC. Oh, what a misclick right there. Oh, he killed the villager of MbL here, but he also killed the boar with the TC. Oh my god, such big mistakes going on here. CooL was luring his boar way too far away from the TC, and then he just garrisons it, and then he kills it when it was only at 9 HP. So he couldn't even, like, he had no chance whatsoever. He couldn't ungarrison and like, oh, I shouldn't attack the boar, but no. Just massive mistake right there. That's going to cost him. That is going to cost him. And also, you know, it's not without a trade-off. MbL also lost his villager, which I guess he could afford, given he does have 3 villagers. He has 3 villagers ahead of the CooL here. So. But most fishing ships in the game, that distinction at the moment belongs to CooL with 5, and everyone else only has 3. So that's a good start for him, but you know, lower in terms of villager count. So you know, you have more fishing ships right away. Sometimes it's, you know, there's a trade-off, and you have to have fewer villagers because you're on wood faster than the other players. Oh my god, very bad situation for ACCM. He found MbL's DC there. He's gonna try and go for these shore fish right here, which I mentioned that if MbL didn't have any food, he could take those, but you know, he obviously had some sheep and found a boar somewhere, and I didn't notice that. So instead, we're gonna have Nicov and MbL sharing, or not Nicov and ACCM sharing the forage bushes, and I don't know if that's a very good idea for him, given ACCM's villagers are on quite low HP here. This villager's gonna die, in fact. Yep, so good find for MbL there, killing that lone hurt villager. And did ACCM save that? No, I'm not sure. I didn't see that. Oh my god, this stone getting walled in for MbL, so that's a very good move right there. Denying the Spanish player of his stone, and I don't think he has another one nearby, no. He has this gold in the back, which is good. But no stone for him to take. Which is kind of a big deal, so instead he sends 7 villagers forward to harass Nicov. Which it's working, but I think it's going to make Nicov give up this forage bush. But not so careful here for ACCM. You're losing a villager kind of unnecessarily. He has plenty of time to micro back in these sort of vill wars. I think the only time where you can lose villagers in a vill war is when you get kind of unlucky, or you make a big mistake, like I think that was, or you're against Incas and they have armor upgrades on their vills, and you don't realize it. Alright, so Nicov, he's not going to give up these forage bushes here. He is not going to give them up. He's just going to send more villagers there. Send back the hurt ones to take sheep or chop wood and maintain possession of these berries. Let's see, what is CooL going to do with his fast feudal time? Is he on gold? Yes, he is, so perhaps we're going to see some fire galleys from him. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't have the dock position of ACCM here. Because look at ACCM's spot. That's a very good spot to be going for fire galleys, right? 2 enemies on either side. You can do a lot of damage with that, but again, not a fast time for him. He didn't have a good start. He only took 1 boar, and he can't take these forage bushes, and Obviously couldn't take those shorefish there either. And he's also getting walled in here. Aye, man. Even his gold mine there is partially lamed. So, yeah, very tough situation there. Nicov is almost in the feudal age. ACCM just clicked up. MbL here is on his way as well. This is going to be a very good tower for CooL here. Let's see. Let's check CooL's point of view. Check the fog of war. He sees everything here. So it looks like he lost a villager of his own. There. Maybe. Yeah, looks like it, yeah. For sure, for sure. That's a very good tower. It's also going to deny at least this side of the stone. And I guess MbL has no idea what's going to be coming, but he will shortly. Now he runs all his villagers. And he's going to have to relocate somewhere else. He doesn't have a lumber camp anywhere else. Or he does, actually. Right towards the south, but that's not so efficient, I don't think. Alright, so a bit of a tough situation there for MbL. I think he still could take this stone mine. Like, he could take this one, I think. But he has one in the back, so that's just fine. He can make a stone mine, or a stone mining camp right there. Outpost, I think, coming up for CooL, yeah. What does he see? He doesn't have Town Watch yet. Ooh, no loom here for MbL. Yeah, but no big deal. Not a big deal, that's for sure. MbL is on the way to the castle age. Alright, so CooL did make a few aggressive docks towards the north side, and he made a few fire galleys here and there. So he's definitely depriving MbL of a good start here. MbL, obviously he wants to, be making conquistadors once he gets his castle up when he reaches the castle age. But it's going to be a little bit more difficult to do that if he loses his fish, which is what he's doing again. Again, they're not dead right now, but if they're not working, they're almost dead. If you want to buy the game on Steam, right now I'm using this is essentially it's the same game as the game on Steam, but I'm using a patch so that I can play it on Voobly, which is a competing multiplayer location, a multiplayer platform where there's higher level players. There's it's generally a better experience on Voobly as opposed to Steam. But yeah, you can buy the game there on Steam, and you can still play on Voobly, so just fine. I'm not sure. I guess you said you speak French and you don't know English so well, so maybe someone in the chat could explain it better. What I just said, because it might have been a hard time for you to understand that. Because I don't know any French. I'm sorry. Oui, indeed. Alright, so a tower going up for CooL here, but MbL already had a preemptive tower himself, and CooL is forced to retreat. So let's see, how much stone does MbL have in the bank? Almost enough. Yeah, it's the same game. It is the same game. Yeah. Just a different location that it's being played on. Alright, so, okay, that's a very good castle here for MbL. I was expecting one over here, but this is also a very, very good spot here. Alright, so it looks like ACCM did manage to keep his fishing ships alive here. Being trapped in between two players made it kind of tough, but he did it. That's good for him. However, he has bigger things to worry about, right? This castle right on his TC, the impending conquistadors that are definitely, on their way here. But ooh, Nicov with scouts. Like I mentioned, I saw scouts before, but I didn't know he was doing so much damage here. This is going to be really rough for ACCM. He has so many hurt villagers. Plenty of these villagers are going to be going down. There's no armor on these scouts yet for Nicov, but he doesn't need armor. He can take down these villagers very, very easily. And there's a conch coming, and that just means all of these villas are going to die. all of these villas are dead for ACCM. It might be GG here. There's 19 villagers there. He has a feudal TC. It's you know, bordering a castle. He has maybe a few villagers around the map here and there, but then again, he just needs to rebuild this. It's so bad, the situation that ACCM is in right now, because even these villas aren't safe because there's conks about. These villas aren't safe because of the conks and obviously the scouts as well. So it's kind of up to CooL here. What can CooL do? He has a very good civ with the Malay, but again, it's hard to really do a whole bunch with them. I think you just have to make monks, essentially, right? He's against conquistadors, which is a tough unit to deal with. Monks, you know, monks are decent against conks, but not so easy to use, honestly. So let's see. More villas going down here for ACCM. And a tower coming up on his gold, and 4 conks making their way towards his base. So ACCM does have Town Watch, so he was well aware of both the tower and the conks coming in here. Yeah, very tough situation here for ACCM. He can make his way to the castle age, but maybe he's missing a building, I'm guessing. He might be very well missing a building, and the scouts did find his wood choppers. He did not find this gold mine, however. Alright, so seems like, I mean, this game is all up to CooL here. ACCM was the one who got 2 versus 1, not MbL. So that's essentially why Aftermath has a pretty big advantage right now in this game. So even though both CooL and ACCM still have quite a bit of fish left, although it looks like these fishing ships are being sunk slowly but surely, one at a time, you know. He did keep them alive for a lot longer than I expected. Alright, so only 14 villas left for ACCM. Very, very tough spot for him. And he does have the resources to go up. But honestly, at this point, does he have a market? No market, no blacksmith. So he's missing a lot of wood. If I were him, what I'd be doing is, look, I'm out of this game, you know. CooL, he's in a pretty good spot. His score is pretty big. He has a good civ, a good imp civ in the Malay. So I think I would just try and build a market, and I would sling. I just give them my resources, and that's about it. Like, what else can you do? He has only 14 villas. You're not coming back in this game. You're just not. Just send your villas to a safe location, make a market, and just sling what you got. Because you're not going to get a TC up here. All these villas are just dead. Very tough. So Nicov here with a very clean uptime. You probably can afford like, only, I guess you can't really afford multiple TCs right now. But I guess you can make 1 TC right away. And perhaps more. Yeah. Seems pretty GG here. It's all up to CooL. That's the only way. And it takes time for the Malay to get going. They have to get to Imperial Age. But I don't see any elephants here for CooL, and they're not so good against conks, because conks can easily kite around and shoot at them from a distance. So they really can't make use of that broken blast damage that they have. There's a 1 knight here for CooL instead of an elephant. We have a knight, which it doesn't make sense. But again, this knight is very strong, and not very strong against conks. Regardless, an elephant or a knight, conks is the perfect unit to make in almost every situation, actually. Conk is just like a stronger Harambe, and more expensive, of course. And people who are complaining about Harambe, I mean, conks are even way stronger. In the right hands, at least. Alright, so Nicov researching War Galley. I guess he wants to keep what fishing ships he has alive. He has 6 fish in the corner here. Not the most efficient I've ever seen, you know. Most efficient. I don't know, I guess it's okay, you know. There's one fish here, one fish here. One fish here, one fish here, so I guess that's what you have to do. Alright, so like I said, oh no, not like I said, I was thinking ACCM just slung the CooL, but no. It appears as if CooL just slung ACCM to make sure he can get his TC up. Which I guess that does make sense, but I mean, I see these conks coming in here, and I think perhaps that wasn't so good. He has 6 vills left. Look at this, oh my god, CooL X'd it. CooL saw what was coming. Oh god, man, just 3 vills left for ACCM now. Where are they? Not sure where the remaining villagers are for ACCM, but this is awful. This is an awful situation to be in. And the thing is, go to his point of view, he shouldn't have made a TC here. He shouldn't have just made a TC. Like I said, make a market and sling your ally. You have a lot of resources. You can sling a lot of food, a lot of gold, and you can send them to the Imperial Age a lot faster than he otherwise would get there. And that's what they need. That's exactly what they need. And then he does have a stone mine. CooL here. He has a stone mine, so he could, make a castle, mass karambits, make some monks as well to combat the conks. But again, I guess they're thinking about the long term here, but they need the short term in order to actually have any chance at all in this game. Because again, it's CooL versus 2, and then you need to put him ahead in order to have a chance. Alright, so this villager, I guess MbL noticed that this town center was actually increasing in HP, and it might get killed. Ooh, just one more shot left, and this vill will be finding itself, inside of a grave as opposed to inside of a TC. But good for him. Seems as though he's managed to keep his 3 villagers safe. So his civilization lives to fight another day. A lot of micro here for MbL, and he killed those monks, and he's keeping this this castle from being built. That's very good. He's killed so many. Oh, and more conks on their way. Now just only 2 villagers left for ACCM here. Not the best micro here for MbL. I don't think that conversion should have happened. All right, ACCM calling the game. CooL as well, calling the game. So yeah, not a good situation at all. It was definitely GG here. 1300 score ahead. So let's see, where did this game go wrong? Where did this game go wrong? I think it had to go wrong with ACCM. ACCM with the Spanish and MbL with the Spanish. MbL getting to the Castle Age at a good time, around 18.5 minutes, I think. And CooL there, not CooL, but ACCM, not even up to the Castle Age at all in the entire game, because he was missing a market, he was missing a blacksmith. And then he lost his TC here because his castle was right on it, and he had his villagers running around the entire map. He lost about 10 of them over here, or maybe over here it was, I think. And then he just had his villagers scattered about, and he lost more villagers here trying to build this TC, but it was the wrong decision. He should have made a market instead and slung his resources. I mean, even if he did that, it would be GG, I think, but that just guaranteed the loss, and of course they called it. So CooL here, he didn't really kill so much, he was just trying to boom, because he knew ACCM was so dead that he knew he had to 2 versus 1 these guys. Alright, so we have a 0-3 in favor of Aftermath. Right, so well played for Nicov and MbL. I guess that's about it for the stream. Perhaps later on, like tomorrow perhaps, we might cast the next series with MbL and Nicov against Yo and Vivi. So those are going to be recorded games as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to cast them, honestly, because I've been having trouble, with the playback speed. The playback speed is very slow, and if I can figure out how to co-cast, with Juba or something like that, perhaps. But without that, I'm not sure if I'm going to co-cast or cast them. It just makes it tough. But yeah, thanks thanks to Red, you did. I hope maybe you learned a thing or two about Nomad. I mean, you don't really need so many tips about casting, but Nomad, you might have learned something from my cast. But that's about it. It looks like about a 3-hour stream. I guess maybe I had around 1 hour before the actual game started, and then the playback speed was kind of slow, and then we had the intermission between the first two games. Yeah, that's about it. I'm just gonna shut the stream off here. Thanks for watching, everybody.